Family Guy, the animated sitcom created by Seth MacFarlane, has been a groundbreaking force in adult-oriented animated television since its debut in 1999. Renowned for its satirical take on contemporary culture, irreverent humor, and distinctive characters, the show has amassed a vast and dedicated fan base over its lengthy run. However, beneath the surface of its comedic brilliance lies a complex phenomenon, the gradual descent of key characters into caricatures of their former selves. As Family Guy evolved across its seasons, characters that once embodied nuance and depth have undergone significant transformations, deviating from their initial portrayals. This paper seeks to dissect this intriguing aspect of character development within Family Guy, exploring the factors and influences that have contributed to the caricaturization of pivotal figures in the Griffin family. By examining the trajectories of characters such as Peter, Lois, Stewie, Brian, and Meg, we aim to unravel the underlying forces, be they societal, creative, or narrative, that have led to the devolution of these personalities into exaggerated one-dimensional caricatures. In dissecting these transformations, we delve into the multifaceted nature of character evolution in animated sitcoms, considering the impact of societal shifts, creative decisions, and the perpetual need for audience engagement. The exploration of Family Guy's character evolution provides not only an insightful analysis of the show's creative trajectory, but also a broader understanding of the challenges faced by long-running animated series in maintaining both relevance and originality. Peter Griffin, the lovable patriarch of the Griffin family, has undergone a remarkable transformation throughout the seasons of Family Guy. Initially introduced as a well-meaning yet clueless father figure, Peter's character has evolved into an outlandish buffoon, pushing the boundaries of absurdity within the realm of animated sitcoms. In the early seasons, Peter Griffin epitomized the classic bumbling dad archetype. He was characterized by a genuine, albeit misguided, affection for his family, coupled with an endearing lack of awareness. Whether grappling with household chores or attempting to impart fatherly wisdom, Peter's ineptitude was presented in a humorous light, creating a relatable and sympathetic character. However, as the show progressed, the writers of Family Guy seemed to embrace a shift towards more extreme and outlandish scenarios, pushing Peter's character to the brink of absurdity. The once well-intentioned father transformed into an exaggerated buffoon, consistently finding himself in increasingly surreal and comically over-the-top situations. The utilization of shock humor became a defining element of Peter's character evolution. The more outrageous the scenario, the greater the comedic impact. From engaging in slapstick physical comedy to participating in bizarre and sometimes offensive escapades, Peter Griffin's character gradually shed the subtleties that initially defined him, giving way to a more caricatured representation. The influence of societal changes and shifts in comedic preferences also played a role in Peter's transformation. Family Guy, known for its irreverent take on contemporary culture, began to mirror societal shifts towards more explicit and boundary-pushing forms of humor. Peter's character became a canvas for exploring the extremes of comedic absurdity, reflecting the changing landscape of animated sitcoms and the demand for increasingly outrageous content. In conclusion, Peter Griffin's journey from a bumbling dad to an outlandish buffoon encapsulates the broader evolution of Family Guy as a show. While this transformation has injected a new level of humor and unpredictability into the narrative, it prompts reflection on the delicate balance between maintaining character depth and succumbing to the allure of exaggerated caricatures. Peter Griffin's character evolution serves as a microcosm of the challenges faced by long-running animated series, navigating the fine line between staying true to the essence of characters and succumbing to the temptation of pushing comedic boundaries to the extreme. Lois Griffin, the matriarch of the Griffin family, has undergone a remarkable transformation throughout the evolution of Family Guy. Initially presented as the voice of reason within the chaotic Griffin household, Lois's character has seen a shift from a sensible mother to a figure often entangled in scandalous and nonsensical situations. This section aims to dissect the factors contributing to Lois's descent into a caricatured figure and the implications of such a transformation. In the early seasons of Family Guy, Lois served as a stabilizing force amidst the eccentricities of her family members. Her character was portrayed as a sensible, level-headed mother striving to maintain order in the Griffin household. Lois's interactions were characterized by a blend of maternal warmth, occasional frustration, and a commitment to upholding traditional family values. However, as Family Guy embraced a more irreverent and boundary-pushing style of humor, Lois's character trajectory took an unexpected turn. The writers began placing her in increasingly absurd and scandalous situations, deviating from the grounded and sensible portrayal established in the show's earlier seasons. The influence of shock value and the evolving comedic landscape played a significant role in Lois's devolution. Family Guy, known for its satirical take on contemporary culture, started incorporating more explicit and provocative elements into its narrative. Lois, once a voice of reason, became a pawn in the show's pursuit of shock humor, participating in scenarios that stretched the boundaries of believability. Societal changes and shifting expectations of animated sitcoms contributed to Lois's transformation. The desire for fresh and unpredictable content led to a departure from the nuanced character dynamics seen in the show's inception. Lois, in her devolved state, became a vessel for the writers to explore increasingly outrageous comedic scenarios, sacrificing the subtleties that initially defined her character. The consequences of Lois's caricaturization extend beyond the realm of humor, impacting the portrayal of familial relationships within Family Guy. The once sensible mother has been the landscape of animated sitcoms. Stewie Griffin, the precocious infant with a penchant for world domination and intellectual pursuits, has undergone a notable transformation within the context of Family Guy. Initially introduced as a unique and intellectually advanced character, Stewie's evolution has seen him shift from a nuanced portrayal to a stereotypical representation. This section delves into the factors contributing to Stewie's transformation and the implications of his character's deviation into stereotype territory. In the early seasons of Family Guy, Stewie stood out as a distinctive and complex character. His character was characterized by a sophisticated vocabulary, advanced cognitive abilities, and a relentless pursuit of his grandiose ambitions, most notably world domination. Stewie's interactions with other family members, especially his ambiguous relationship with his mother Lois, added layers of depth to his persona, making him one of the show's highlights. However, as Family Guy underwent creative changes and embraced a more irreverent style of humor, Stewie's character underwent a noticeable shift. The once nuanced and intellectually driven portrayal gradually gave way to a stereotypical representation, specifically as a gay character. This transformation led to Stewie being pigeonholed into a set of cliched traits associated with stereotypical gay individuals. The reasons behind Stewie's evolution into a stereotype are multifaceted. Societal changes and a growing awareness of LGBTQ+ representation in media prompted Family Guy to explore diverse character identities. While the intention may have been to contribute to inclusivity, the execution resulted in reducing Stewie to a one-dimensional portrayal that relied on established gay stereotypes for comedic effect. Creative decisions, influenced by the pursuit of shock humor and comedic tropes, played a significant role in Stewie's transformation. The show's reliance on quick gags and punchlines often led to the simplification of character traits, sacrificing the depth that had initially defined Stewie's character. The consequences of Stewie's evolution into a stereotype extend beyond the comedic realm, raising questions about the responsible portrayal of diverse identities in animated sitcoms. Stewie's character, once celebrated for his complexity, now risks perpetuating stereotypes rather than contributing to a meaningful representation of LGBTQ+ individuals. In conclusion, Stewie Griffin's journey from a genius with complex motivations to a stereotypical gay character reflects the challenges faced by animated sitcoms in handling diverse character identities. The need for inclusive representation should align with a commitment to nuanced portrayals, ensuring that characters maintain their depth and authenticity amidst the evolving landscape of animated television. Brian Griffin, the anthropomorphic dog known for his intellectual pursuits and voice of reason within the Griffin family, has experienced a significant transformation throughout the evolution of Family Guy. Initially portrayed as a multifaceted and intellectual character, Brian's journey has led him to devolve into a caricature, reduced to a cliched representation of a self-absorbed and pretentious individual. This section explores the factors that contributed to Brian's devolution, and the implications of reducing a once complex character to a one-dimensional persona. In the early seasons of Family Guy, Brian Griffin stood out as a unique character, often serving as the voice of reason and intellectual foil to the chaos unfolding within the Griffin household. His interests in literature, philosophy, and self-improvement provided a nuanced layer to his persona, elevating him beyond the typical comedic pet archetype. Brian's interactions with other family members, particularly his close bond with Stewie, showcased a complexity that resonated with viewers. As the show progressed, Brian's character faced a noticeable shift. The transition from a multifaceted intellectual to a cliched representation was influenced by various factors. One key element was the show's evolving comedic style, which began to prioritize shock value and quick punchlines over the nuanced exploration of characters. Brian's intellectualism became a target for satire, leading to a simplification of his character traits into a caricatured version of a self-righteous and pretentious individual. The consequences of Brian's reduction to a cliché extend beyond the realm of humor, raising questions about the responsible portrayal of intellectual characters in animated sitcoms. Rather than maintaining the balance of humor and depth that characterized Brian's early portrayals, the character became a vessel for easy laughs derived from recycled stereotypes associated with intellectuals. Societal shifts and changing viewer expectations also played a role in shaping Brian's transformation. The show's creators, aiming to stay relevant and engage audiences, may have succumbed to the temptation of relying on familiar clichés and tropes associated with intellectual characters, ultimately compromising the authenticity of Brian's portrayal. In conclusion, Brian Griffin's evolution from a multifaceted intellectual to a cliched caricature reflects the challenges faced by long-running animated series in maintaining the integrity of their characters. The reduction of Brian to a one-dimensional cliché raises important considerations about the responsible handling of character traits, ensuring that humor does not come at the expense of depth and authenticity in animated storytelling. Meg Griffin, the teenage daughter in the Griffin family, has been a consistent target of marginalization and ridicule throughout the course of Family Guy. This section explores the perpetuation of Meg's caricatured identity, shedding light on the potential implications of sustained marginalization on character development and the broader dynamics of the show. From the early seasons of Family Guy, Meg was established as the socially awkward and often misunderstood member of the Griffin family. Her character embodied the challenges faced by teenagers navigating the complexities of adolescence. However, as the show progressed, Meg's role evolved from a relatable portrayal of teenage struggles to a caricature subjected to relentless marginalization. One contributing factor to Meg's ongoing marginalization is rooted in the show's comedic style, which often relies on recurring gags and running jokes. Meg became a convenient target for cheap laughs, with the repetition of insults, dismissals, and mistreatment forming a pattern of comedic abuse. This consistent portrayal reinforced Meg as a one-dimensional character defined solely by her perceived inadequacies. Societal shifts and changing attitudes toward humor and representation have also played a role in shaping Meg's character trajectory. While early seasons of Family Guy included Meg's struggles in a broader exploration of family dynamics, later seasons leaned into a more exploitative approach, using Meg's misfortunes as a punchline rather than an opportunity for character growth. The implications of Meg's ongoing marginalization extend beyond the confines of comedy, raising concerns about the responsible portrayal of characters undergoing challenges. By reducing Meg to a perpetual target, Family Guy risks sending a message about the acceptability of mistreating individuals based on their perceived flaws, contributing to a culture of mockery rather than empathy. In conclusion, Meg Griffin's character in Family Guy reflects a troubling trend of ongoing marginalization within the realm of animated sitcoms. The show's reliance on Meg as a punching bag for humor raises questions about the ethical considerations of perpetuating caricatured identities and the potential impact on audience perceptions. As Family Guy continues its journey, addressing and evolving Meg's character may provide an opportunity for the show to engage in a more thoughtful and responsible approach to character dynamics. Family Family Guy characters' caricaturization reflects the challenges of long-running animated series. Balancing character depth with comedic boundaries poses a continuous dilemma. Addressing these evolutions provides opportunities for thoughtful and responsible storytelling in alignment with evolving societal sensitivities and ethical considerations. Understanding character transformations offers insights into the complex relationship between animated television and audience expectations.